Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do a bourbon apple pork shoulder into pulled pork. Bourbon comes later, but we're going to try this out and show you what I'm doing. Of course, one pork shoulder, which I'm actually going to do four because this is going to be for a graduation party. So, and this is also going to be frozen, this particular set. I will not be here for the party because graduation happened yesterday. We're waiting to get other family involved or in town so that way they can come for this party. And I'm going to be able to make it. So this is going to get made, bagged up, frozen, and then sous vide back to life, basically. Back to warm enough to eat. But we'll bring it in for it. Let's take whatever rub you want, okay? Take your pork shoulder. Keep one glove dry. It doesn't matter what seasoning you use on it, folks. It's a pork seasoning. I'm not giving you a brand or anything on this one. And this is what it is. You figure out what you like to taste on it. Okay? So that's one done. Sorry, yeah, I gotta have both hands for bringing them over. So, on these pork shoulders, we're gonna smoke them between probably 8 and 9 hours. Give it some good time. Give it some rest. Go ahead and pull all of them. And then, doesn't matter, get them ready to go. And be sure when you're getting these shanks, if it has a gap you can get into, season down that shank. And there you go. Just take some of your seasoning. Make sure you're getting it in there. That'll actually help it get into your meat. The reason I say keep one dry, because it's easier to get your rubs to work with you. But what you think? So what do you think? Yes, I'm on camera. But
yeah.
I said always check, see if you can get by the shank. Some of them you can, some of them are super tight. If you can get down to it at all, get an opening. Get some seasoning in it. Remember, you have an opportunity on both sides of the meat to get the seasoning into the shank. This one's going to be down here. That's going to be fun to cut that out before I cook it. Usually I don't have a little shard like that. And yes, these pork butts were caught a while back on sale. 7 cents a pound, something like that when we originally bought them. And they're shoved in the freezer. You never know when you need them, and it's better to buy them cheap. Memorial Day and stuff like that's a good day to buy. A good time to look for pork shoulders and stuff, because they usually put them on sale. So, that was loud. And that was whatever seasoning I had. That was the whole jar of seasoning that, you know, that you buy. And there's more seasoning on the bottom of this pan. So if I really want to go down here and get it, seasoning up I can. But that's pretty much it. Now go set your pit at 250. If you have a pellet grill, it's obviously turn the power on, turn it on to 250. If you're using a wood burning grill or wood burning barbecue pit, go sit there and get the fire, get the coals going. Other than that, we'll see you out here in a little bit. All right, folks, we're back. Getting the pit up to temperature. Got me some 100% apple juice. This is a 1.5 liter sprayer. Let's see, heavy duty pump sprayer. This one is actually made for livestock hair dye. So, yeah, farmers market, feed stores, stuff like that. The reason we got this one because it was a little more heavy duty. So, putting about a little over a liter. A liter cola farba. If you don't know the movie, you need to. So, and just some good old Buffalo Trace bourbon. About 4 ounces, I would say, somewhere in there. Okay, that's going to be in your spritz, because first 3 hours we're cooking this, we don't have any extra juice in there to help keep your pork shoulders moist. And when you're spritzing it, it's very light. But we're adding some bourbon to the spritz for flavor. And when we get ready to use the rest of this apple juice, which I'll show you here in a little while. For you, it'll be very, very quick. For me, it's going to be like 3 hours from now. As I said, this is a little more heavy-duty sprayer. Even the nozzle moves. Yeah, and it's got different settings for misting and everything. Purge, so that way if you got air in it, you can purge it out. But I'll bring you back in. We'll show you everything what we're going to do with them. Waiting on my pit to get up to temperature. Wanted to go ahead and get this mixed up, so I got it. So I have some bourbon barbecue pork shoulder / pulled pork / whatever you want to eat with it. And we'll also show you our homemade barbecue sauce, which I think you'll love. See you later. Alright guys, so a few minutes in, got our shoulders in. See, right now it's on a good heavy smoke setting. Just take your spritz, don't have it on stream. And that's it. See? So, that's your little spritzers. I do plan on rolling my pork shoulders throughout this first part of it. They will shrink up for me, so that'll help me give us more room in between them. But that's it. Eating spritz wise, that's up to you. If you've got time to do it every 10-15 minutes, great, do it. 30 minutes, great, do it. Works for you, works for me. All you're trying to do is keep a little extra moisture on it. It'll help build a little extra bark, even though these don't get a ton of bark because they get covered up in a little while. So just kind of giving you ideas and tips. But these are great. We'll see you back.
I spritzed it a couple times already.
All right, guys, back. I don't know how long we've been in. We've been mowing the yard and stuff, so it's been busy. Give you an idea what they look like. It's been at least an hour and a half. But that bourbon apple smells really good. Would you like an up-close view? Give you an idea. You see, they're cooking quite nice. Still got some time. Still got some time. We got to be in it for 3 hours. I haven't had to check the time as I got done weed eating around the fence and the electric fence. So, be back in a little bit. All right, back to the spritzies. It's looking good. Smelling good. Smelling good, Lewis.
Feeling good, Lewis.
Yeah. Keep spritzing until you get to 3 hours. Then we'll go to the next step. So what all do you do while you're cooking? We've mowed the yard, just changed the oil in my truck. Gonna put oil back in it. Whole lot cheaper than going out and paying somebody else to do it, that's for sure, especially considering it's 9 quarts of oil. And I use synthetic, so. But yeah, what all do y'all do? Put it down in the description. That way, maybe I can find something new to do besides hard work. So, see y'all back in a little bit. All right, quick question for those of you that change your own oil. What kind of oil do you use? Out of curiosity, where are you getting it? How much it cost? I'm using the, this is not paid or sponsored, that's for darn sure. Kirkland's brand from Costco. You usually get 10 quarts for like $39. Sometimes they're cheaper. I think it's $39.
Sometimes cheaper.
Sometimes a lot cheaper. Sometimes they give you like $16 off. Or $8 off. But I watched Project Farm. It's another YouTube channel that does a lot of reviews. And they tested this oil, and it's actually a major brand oil somewhere. I can't remember who it was. But it held up with right there with Mobile One and everything else. So if you want to save some money, go to Costco and get you some oil. You can even order it online with free shipping. So sometimes the online deals are better than the in-store deals. You just got to watch and check. So I just ordered 20 quarts of oil myself for me. And yeah, and another 10 for my buddy, and it was a whole lot cheaper so than what we could have gotten at AutoZone or anywhere else. So we'll see you back soon. Just had a question, put it down there, let me know. All right, folks, we're about 2 hours in. We're a little late on rolling these over. See, I got a hot spot here, but I'll tell you what, that darkness in it. Let me bring you on in. That little bit of darkness in it right there. That ain't nothing but flavor. So, and it's cooking in its own juices right this minute, even though we're spritzing. So, there we are. That's why I recommend these darn gloves every time, because they will take a beating. So, see you back soon. All right, we're back. Now, some people will tell you to get a fresh pan, get all the fat and the juice out from these pork shoulders, pork butts, whatever you want to call them, whatever you're cooking, and get rid of all that juice. I personally disagree. I do agree taking apple juice and filling your pan about halfway. Okay? And then from there, and no, you're not going to cover it all if you're sticking out. Don't try. Fill it with apple juice, cover it with foil. If you have a thermometer, which I do, somewhere. Go inside and grab the correct ones. These are the ones for the barbecue pit, and they suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, the pit does have a temperature probe on it that you can use, but we figured out that it's 10, 12 degrees off, and it's very inaccurate. Okay, so this is what I use. It's the Weber, I believe it's Weber. It's the iGrill 2. It's worked great for years. I've had it for years. It is magnetic, so you can put it kind of wherever you want. But keep it out of the sun. I usually will do one of these. Put a probe in it. What you're looking for is a final temperature. Final temperature to get these pork shoulders at is 205. When you get it to 205, or if you get it to 203, it's okay to pull. Because guess what? All that juice is hot. It's still going to cook. Okay? What you're looking for is super tender, pull off the bone pork. Okay? So, I'm going to get me a probe. We went inside to grab one, and we'll get it put on. And then we'll put it back on for probably another 5-6 hours. So, we'll see you back after a while. All right, you can see I got it set up. It's at 134 degrees. On probe 1, I put in 2 probes, just one on each end. I got 133, 134, so they're cooking dead even. So, 205 is where you gotta get. Have fun. Find something to drink. Me, I'm going for some pickle juice. It's hot. All right, folks, we're back. We're back. It's been a while. You see I put temp probes just on the 2 outers. So we're gonna check them out. According to the 2 outers, it looks like they're pretty close to being done, if not already done. Woo-hoo. Look at all that juice. $205, $206, $205, and got down in the liquid, changes it. That one appears to be a little light. Why, I don't know. Considering the probe that was in it said it was hot. Ah, that probe was on the bone. Meat by the bone's hot. Okay, no. 208, 208. Okay, no, it's done. I was just getting too far down in the liquid. Okay. If you remember, when I filled this up with the apple juice, this thing was only halfway. But you see, it's absolutely full of liquid. Okay. But you also see this stuff is just ready. Okay. Exactly what you want. You see the bone peeling away. Okay. That's what you're looking for right there. So, I'm going to go get my foil out of my yard, and then I am going to get these inside, let them come down to a normal temperature so that way they can be touched, and we will pull them apart, see how good they look. See you soon. Alright, we're back inside. Get some a little more light on this. Dumped out a lot of the juice. Still got some in the pan. Take your super heat resistant gloves and just come in and tear these apart. Having that extra juice does not hurt one bit, especially since you know you're going to be freezing a lot of this. What I am, because this is going for a graduation party. And then I got one we're going to eat tonight for dinner. Now, if you don't know what sous vide is, it's you actually got to have a special little water temperature little deal to warm up water. I will find one and put it in the description, but basically what you do, you put these in vacuum pack bags or your bags that you use to vacuum seal all your meats or vegetables in that you put in the freezer. Then you take that, you put it in a large container of water with the heater in it. That heater has a little propeller in it that swirls the water around, gets it up to whatever temperature you set it at, which this one's going to be 165. So that way it reheats the meat back up to an edible temperature. Okay. 165, you leave it in a few hours, you leave them in the bag, you don't take them out, you keep juice in that bag so you get that flavor in it. And then after you get it heated up, open it up, it's just like having it cooked that day. I recently did this with a brisket. Recently, I'll say last year, November-ish. I took a brisket to Tennessee for my family, for a Texas style brisket, and was able to heat it up. It was great leftovers. It was great leftovers 4 or 5 days later. You couldn't tell that it wasn't cooked that day. That's how it had the smoke taste, it had everything you wanted with a brisket. So I will get the equipment, demo it here for you, show you what I do. And I will add my barbecue sauce link into the description also. So you want some good homemade barbecue sauce, which is out of this world. If you don't like it a little spicy, just leave the crushed red peppers out. If you like it a little spicy, add the crushed red peppers in. Freaking perfect. So let me get the rest of this done and I will